The New England Patriots have released safety Jabrill Peppers. And should the San Francisco 49ers pick up the phone and ask Jabrill if he wants to come over to Santa Clara? Let's break down some of the things regarding why it could be a good idea and why we'll see. So, as we know, Jabrill Peppers, former first-round draft pick by the Cleveland Browns, he was actually a part of the trade, the OBJ trade, and he was sent to the New York Giants. He ultimately signed with the New England Patriots, and when he was with New England, or he actually tore his ACL, I think, with the Giants, but he landed with Patriots. While with the Patriots, he got arrested or got charged with, I believe, some kind of substance abuse, something. I don't want to speak directly to it, but he got charged. The charges were dropped ultimately, and he played the season, and he was ranked top 10 according to PFF, and he was then released this season. He had signed a pretty decent contract extension with the Patriots, and he's played pretty well, all things considered. Everything that he's been through, going through the injury, going through the off-field stuff, but he was released, and he had guaranteed money. Now, obviously, there's a big change that went on with the Patriots. Mike Vrabel comes in. Maybe he doesn't fit Vrabel's scheme or culture or what have you. But the question becomes, does this guy become a fit for the San Francisco 49ers? And let's break it down. The 49ers currently only have 3 safeties on the roster at the moment. They have released Richie Grant recently. There's no news or updates about him potentially returning to the practice squad or anything like that. We know Malik Mustafa is on PUP, so he'll be out for the first 4 weeks of the season. Marquise Siegel, who is a very, very promising young prospect, the rookie 5th rounder, seemingly will be a starter this year. Jason Pinnock will be a starter this year and used heavily. But with everything that I've seen, the 49ers use multiple safeties, sometimes 3 safeties on the field at once. And so it'll be interesting. You have Jair Brown, who the 49ers drafted in the 3rd round. And, there's been some rumors out there that he might be floated in a trade. But I don't know. It'll be really interesting to see if the 49ers make a call and try to bring in Jabrill. I mean, the way that I think of it is he fits kind of that mold of cheap veteran that the 49ers are looking for. And I'm assuming, anywhere he signs, it will be a 1-year deal. I would have to believe that the Patriots floated Jabrill Peppers in a trade before they released him. That's why he's getting released late. I assume they would have tried to get something for him, and no one bit on it. So maybe he could be had on kind of like a 1-year prove it, especially this late with the season about to start. And he rounds out the safety room. He could potentially add return abilities as well. And I think that would be a valuable thing, is that he could be a returner and help out in that regard. So I would think that the 49ers would absolutely make the call. I think there would be a good chance that they would bring him in as well, if the price is right. So, yeah, I would consider it. I definitely would. I think that, I don't know enough about the off-field stuff. From what I've heard, he was never charged of anything, and it looked like everything was dropped. So, I can't speak to that stuff. And he's had good years post-injury, so he's past that. and I would just have to chalk it up to not being a fit with the new regime that has taken over, and that stuff happens all the time. So maybe there's a chance that the 49ers can get him to San Francisco. It'll be interesting because the 49ers will also be having Kendrick Bourne in the building on Monday. And if they sign Kendrick Bourne, then that's another roster spot they have to clear. If they sign Jabrill, that would be another roster spot on top of that they would have to clear. So we know the 49ers are kind of going back and forth between a bunch of different things. So we'll see if it comes to fruition, but I definitely wouldn't be opposed to it at all. I think that all the things that I've laid out, I would say that makes it a pretty solid fit. There's no guarantee for Jabrill that he'll be a starter, especially right out the gate, because then also you have to keep in mind Malik Mustafa is expected to return at one point as well. So maybe that's something that Jabrill will consider. It might seem promising in the short term, but long term, will he have a spot? Because then all of a sudden you have a log jam at the position when Malik Mustafa returns. That might not be something that is enticing to Jabrill. I don't know. We will have to see. But I would have to at minimum assume the 49ers make the call and see if it's something that he would be interested in. And if he is, then why not? Let's do it. Pull the trigger. And the simple fact that the 49ers are thin at safety is good enough reason. But I also think the fact that he can add return capabilities is another good reason why the 49ers should make that call. So, 49ers roster, I think anytime a veteran player like this becomes available, I would have to assume, depending on the particular room it is, but I think when we identify rooms, wide receiver and safety are currently the thinnest. I would have to believe that the 49ers are looking to add depth or quality players in those rooms if they become available. Obviously, they don't need any more quarterbacks. They don't need any more running backs as of right now. No more what it looks to be tight ends, linemen. Cornerbacks seem to be all right. Linebackers seem to be all right. So defensive line, maybe. Could see them making some adjustments there. So it really does feel like it comes down to safety and wide receiver. But we'll see. Let me know if you think the 49ers should go after Jabrill Peppers. Let me know in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.